Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I appreciate you taking the time to visit and check out my video. And we are here at Suzuka, and we're in the Audi EVO, the R8 EVO GT3 car. And I hope you're having a great day. And I've been working on this setup for a while, for probably a few weeks, just a little at a time. And I've been meaning to do more stuff with the Audi, a car I really enjoy. But is really difficult to get along with me for some reason. But I'm really trying to find get better at it and get some really good setups with it and get the performance out of it. So it's just taking me a little longer than some other cars. And I actually have done so many stints I've lost count. But I actually made already another video with another stint that I did that was a little slower than this one. So, I might show you a couple of highlights of that one also if y'all want to check that out. But let's just do this for just a couple laps because basically the track guide is the same as the Huracan pretty much. So I really don't need to go over that again. So I just show basically a couple laps and we'll go over the setup. So let's get this going. Let's jump in the car. I actually went off the road a little bit there. Now, this is only the second lap, so tires just got up to temperature, and I got 75 liters. Started with 80. And the point being is, if you get a pit stop, if you have a pit stop, halfway through the race, and you have to pit and then get going, you're definitely going to be even faster. You're definitely going to be fast with lower fuel and fresh tires. That corner right there, you can gain and lose so easy. That hairpin, you really got to try to be aggressive and attack it when you can. And the car doesn't do really good through here. It kind of struggles a little bit through here. And it's just one of those things where I could make it better through here, but then I'll lose somewhere else. So it's just one of those things. It's just, kind of got to put up with it. Same as the Huracan, I just basically downshift to fifth and go. Brake at the 100. I try to miss the curb or just barely hit it. I shouldn't have hit it. It's just the car really gets upset with it, so I try to actually miss the one and just hit the second one. That's it. Great sounding car. God, I love the sound of this thing. That's a 201.50. So it's 500. That was a fast lap. And I've run a 201.30 32 or something like that with it. So I have run faster in practice, so I know it'll go quicker. It's just a matter of, and we'll look at the timetables. It's just a matter of driving, that's all. So let's go to the last lap. And of course, during these last couple laps, I'm trying different things to see if anything will improve upon the time or the pace or what you can do or what you can't do. So I can relay that info to you guys. Now, the last lap was a 202.10. have the car with a high downforce package, so you can attack. I mean, that's what I have it for, and it's easier to drive. I mean, it's meant to drive race stints. So, oh man, does that thing sound good? It sounds louder than the Huracan, even though they're the same motor for some reason. I guess maybe because the exhaust is shorter. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I mean, I'm just throwing ideas. It just sounds louder and more radical, more poppy and everything than the Huracan, and they're the exact same engine. So I don't know. It sounds wicked though. I love the Audi sound, the V10 in that Audi. I like the car. I just don't like me. It just puts up with me, I guess. You ever get tired of that? Of course, that's the last lap of the 30 minutes, of this 30 minutes. 202.25, and that was actually the slowest lap of the 30 minutes. Getting pretty tired between practicing and running. I don't know how many stints. I think I'm just getting wore out. Time to take a break. So let's go back to the garage. Timetables. Now, just to let everybody know, my other stint, which it won't show, I don't think it'll show the total time, but the other time I have, this time was a 1 over 1 3/4 seconds faster over the 30 minutes. So, take that as you will. The other way, it's the same, pretty much same setup. It's just that I had the brakes a little more set up more aggressive on this setup. That's it. That's the only difference. And you could seem like the other way was a little bit more consistent, but this way here, this time with with my brakes set more aggressive, like I said, I was 1 3/4 seconds faster over the 30 minutes. So, like I said, take that as you will. I had no outs. Now, if you put all these fast sectors in, I should be a 201.30 or 3 something, and that sounds right because that's what I ran in practice for a fast lap. Now, there's a lot of these laps that are 2.0s. I'm a hair from 201.7 or 8, and it's just one little corner, one little this, one little that. I have 202.07, 202.04, 202.02, 202.00, 00. It's just, all these could be just a teeny bit from 201.7 or 201.8. Matter of fact, I thought they were when I went across the line, and then it would end up only being a 202. So, obviously, a lot of these are that, but they could easily be 201s. Of course, I had a 201.94 here, and still 202.0, 202.10, and of course, so it's only still 3/4 of a second over my fast lap, which to me, that's super, super good. In my book, if you're 3/4 of a second from your fast lap to your slow lap, to me, that's, for me personally, that's pretty good. And in the Audi, that's like an A. So, I think it's pretty decent. So, let's go over the setup. Actually, these need to come down 1 because it was running a little bit too hot. So I'm going to knock these all down 1. They were right near the top of they were like 27, 8, 9, and that's a little bit too high. So I just knocked them down 1. Again, all my temperatures are always in the mid-20s for all my setups, all the cars, and low wind. That's always that way. So we got 26.1 for the front tires and 25.9 for the rear tires. The tow is a negative 0.02 with the camber at negative 3.6. Now, the camber, you could probably go, I would maybe go to a maximum of negative 3.8, but I tried it and I didn't like it. It just didn't feel right. It didn't feel good. I didn't like it. And, the temps are a little on the tight side, but I didn't mind it because it just the way it felt and drove, I liked it better. So that's why I kept it that way. Caster's 14. The toe on the rear is .07, and the camber is -3. Electronics are 4 and 6 and 1. Fuel is 80 liters, and then this is the tires. Now on the other one, the other stint, I only had light graining. Now this one, and it's exact same setup, except it was more aggressive on the brakes as far as the setup, which I'll show you. But I mean, now it's moderate. So the wear is still not real bad from one to the other. I mean, look at that. From front to rear, it's not real bad at all. So I like it. So that's that. Of course, 80 liters. Mechanical got 4 on the anti-roll bar. Brake bias is 57. Now the only difference, and this is hard to believe, the only difference between this setup and the other one that I did the stint again was I had it at 58. That's it. I mean, 58 down to 57, and of course, it was able to get the fast laps because you're using more of the brake and using more of what the car has to give you as far as glued to the track. Now I could go down to 56, and I even went down to 55 something, but then I started not liking it. So 56 is probably around about the farthest I would drop this as far as the brake bias, but I like that because it did help too. So that's again, that's the only difference. Steering ratio is 15, and again, I have my wheels set up at 640, and that way, and then I turn the steering ratio to give me some finer adjustments. But that's all personal preference. Springs in the front are 174,000. Bump stop rate is 1,000, and the bump stop range is 10 on the left front and 5 on the right front. On the rear, the springs are 163,000 with a bump stop rate of 700 on both sides, and the bump stop range of 35 on the left rear and 25 on the right rear. The roll bar on the rear is 3 with the preload on the diff at 40. And I have had so many, this has been everywhere. I have had so many different spring packages and anti-roll bars and preload, and I've done all kinds of stuff with this. So, I mean, this seems the best over a race stint than anything else that I can find. The shocks for the front are 14, 12, 21, and 25, and on the rear they're 16, 13, 19, and 22. Aero, I have 57 in the front, 58 in the rear with a max wing of 5 and a 3 and a 3 and the brake ducts. And the front aero variation is a -4.5. Now, just so you know, because I know people are probably going to question, if you want to try to go faster, all you have to do is drop this 1. That's it. I wouldn't touch anything else. I wouldn't do nothing else. I would just drop the swing 1 click to 4, and that's it. And you could maybe make that a qualifying run. And like I said, you could even drop the fuel too. Drop your fuel, drop your rear wing 1, and it's gonna be golden. I mean, you're only gonna get a few laps anyway, and it's gonna be fast. And the Audi is definitely very fast. The hard part is not going fast. The hard part is trying to actually back it down and try to be consistent and somewhat fast. Fast. That's the hard part. That's the real trick with the Audi, especially. So that's what I would do, or you can just try it and see what you can do with this. I mean, but I wouldn't do anything else other than drop the wing 1. That's it. But as far as having it as a 5, I just do that because I wanted something that is not super difficult to drive and that you can do a race stint with. And also, just so everybody knows, on both the long straightaways, the front stretch and the back straightaway, the car is within a mile an hour of anything else that I've seen. So it's not like you're dragging a parachute down the straightaway, with, or like even a Porsche. I mean, you're still, faster than the Porsche. I mean, I think the AMG is the fastest thing I've seen down the straightaways, and it's still within like a mile an hour of that. So it's not like it's a ton off. So I still think it'll hold its own, but the strength is trying to be consistent over a race distance. So that is the setup, and of course I will put the link of this in the description. And let's go ahead and save this. I'll just show you real quick, I think what the fast lap of the other one was. See, this is the other stint that I did. There's my fast lap, a 2:01.75. So that was and it's the same setup, just different. Of course, driving, and of course you always got the human error, but also, like I said, with just the brake bias. And that was actually on the last lap. The 2:01.75 was on the last lap, and that is all the laps I did. There's a lot of low 2:02s in that one too, and a lot of high 2:01s. A lot of, so it's about the same as the other one, but I mean, I had a faster overall lap. And here's the last lap, which is the fastest lap. Just watch this one. And I just want you to watch the speed, because the AMG was like 162, 163. See, that's 162. So it's 160. The most I've seen out of the AMG was 163. So, again, even though you had that much wing, you're really not losing barely anything on down the straightaway. And I don't base my setups on top. I mean, it's a judgment factor, but I mean, my main thing is, what is the time? How consistent is it over a stint, and what is the what's his lap time? That's what wins races, not speed down the straightaway. Which, if you would have saw, I hope you all saw the Paul Ricard race last week. It proved it right there. I mean, the Porsche won, which was a great race. If you all missed it, I recommend watching it. It was really fun to watch. But the Porsche was the least down the straightaway, just like it is in ACC. I mean, it was definitely behind the ball down the straightaway, but yet it was still won the race. And right here's a 158, a solid 158. And I mean, the Aston Martin, the AMG, I think is 159 or 160. So I mean, it's within 1 or 2 miles an hour of any of those cars. The Porsche is less. I think the Porsche is 156 or 157. So it's less than the Porsche's less. And that was the last lap of that 30 minutes. And that was a 2:01, like I said, 2:01.75, which was the best lap of that. So I just wanted to show you that, because it's the same setup. It's just one little adjustment on the brake bias. But so you can have it either way you would like it, whatever makes you more comfortable. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you try the AUDI and see how it works. And please leave a comment or feedback if you like this, or if you want any more AUDI setups or don't want any more AUDI setups. So it would really help me as far as knowing if I need, I'm trying to do some, but I don't want to do them if nobody really cares or is interested in them. So I would really appreciate any feedback or comments to let me know. And I sure hope you give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because it really would help with the YouTube stuff and us growing the channel. It would really help. I would really appreciate the support, and I sure hope you come back and you visit real soon. Y'all take care. See ya.